Hi, and welcome to Beat the Boredom. I'm Gabriel Clark, and we're going to share with you some super fun and easy woodworking projects that you can make at home. I'm here with Ben Beddoes at Axminster Tools, and we're going to show you how to make these wooden fingerboards. Let's get into it.
So we're going to make some laminated little fingerboards or mini skateboards. So these are the type of things, I'm sure you recognise them, and really minimal tooling on this one. We've got some veneers, we're going to use some glue to glue those veneers together to almost make like a ply, and we're going to use the original little skateboards. We're going to use them as a template or a mould, and then just some spring clamps and a little bit of sanding, and that's all you need. Oh, and a drill bit too. We need to drill some little holes to attach to trucks and things. Okay, so minimal PPE really as well. We're going to wear goggles. We are doing a little bit of sanding, so you may need your dust mask. Make sure that that's really fitted well across the bridge of your nose here, and obviously you'll soon be able to tell if it's not fitting properly because it will steam up your goggles. So goggles and a face mask, that's all the PPE that we're going to be using today.
Well, now we've got the safety and PPE sorted. Next step is cutting out the veneers. What dimensions are we doing, Ben?
So we've got an old board here which we're going to use as our mould, and just measuring, we want to go slightly longer than what the actual board is. We're going to have a bit of an overhang, so I reckon 110 mil that way and then 40 mil that way, and that gives us about 5 mil all the way round. So we've got that overhang. We can make our board slightly bigger and change the shapes if we want then.
Well, yeah. So 11
centimetres, 110 mil.
4 centimetres.
You got it. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut these little veneers, and in a moment we're going to spread glue on them and stack them up. And that gives us almost like a ply.
And that's the first one done.
First one, so we can cut that one out, Gabriel, and then we'll use that one as a template to cut the others.
It's lucky how these are so thin, or else it's be a real pain to do.
Yeah, and sometimes these will split up the grain, but it doesn't matter too much as long as those outside, so the top and the bottom of the deck are pretty solid. The glue will hold any splits on the inside ones.
Next piece then.
Nice. Good job. So let's say probably about 4 layers.
4 or 5.
4 or 5, yeah, because there are different thicknesses on these veneers.
Okay, last one to do, and then what is it? Glue?
Yeah, we're going to glue next. I see you've used that same one each time to mark it out. When you're going around the edge, the pencil mark just gets a little bit bigger each time. And if you don't use the same piece, the size is going to get incrementally bigger as you go along. Okay, so we've cut our veneers. Now we're going to laminate them. So we're going to stack up 4. We need a little glue layer in between each one.
Yeah.
So this is the important bit. So you've got to choose what's going to be the bottom layer. So you want your prettiest timber, or the one that you choose to go on the bottom.
I quite like this one. I think it's quite shiny. I think that might look quite nice.
Yeah,
I think this one's going to be the top. This one's going to be the bottom. So start with the bottom.
Start on the bottom, yeah. So a bit of glue there.
We've already done a little practice one. I think 2.5 dots
Yeah.
is probably enough. I'm gonna go 2.
Yeah, good.
I'm gonna go 2 dots.
Choice.
Yeah.
So spreading the glue, we want to take that right off the edges. It needs to bond all the way to the edges. Sometimes if there's no glue on the kind of sides, it will start delaminating a bit later on. That's it. That's the perfect amount. So a good covering all over.
Okay, so instead of 2.5, it's 2 big globs, I guess.
Yeah, that's the technical.
Alright, so second one now.
So you can stick that one on top, that's it, try and get it nicely aligned. And then a bit more glue. Like the last bit in the ketchup bottle.
There we go. 2, lovely.
Okay, so we put the glue on. We've made our little laminated sandwich, I think you described it as, didn't you? So we've got our little glue and veneer sandwich. We're going to now put the bread on the outside. So we've done the filling. We're going to use these shop-bought fingerboards, and we're going to clamp our little sandwich in the middle. All right, so we've got, these are spring clamps, they're really strong clamps, and they're going to just hold that in between our 2 decks. So, that's
one
it.
on top,
one
on the bottom.
That's it. And then, yeah, give it a little squeeze. You should see some of the little glue just beading out on the edge there. And try and get it nice and straight along the length there.
We can give it a go.
That's good. A little bit tricky to line up sometimes, but
you can put the clamp on first and then jiggle it around since you have an extra hand with the clamp.
You got it.
There we go. Right, let's straighten it up a bit. I think that's about right.
Yeah, looks good.
Okay. Good. Now you want to do one on each nose.
Mm-hmm.
And you can, I might put another one in for good luck. And then leave to dry.
Yep. So I would usually leave that about 24 hours. The glue actually has like about probably an hour till it's kind of tacky. Leave the clamps on for at least 30 minutes, but I always leave them on there overnight and come back to it the next day. And when the glue's dried, it's going to keep that form. So it's going to keep the form of the mold that we put it in. So there's lots of different shapes you can do these little fingerboards. We're going to start off with the classic shape, so that kind of oval shape. And then, did you want to change the shape up a little bit?
Yeah, I think I might edit mine into more of a sort of old school style. But first of all, should we trace around the original oval?
So that little, those veneers, we've already taken that shape, so that skateboard's sitting in the kind of shape that it already is. So we just need to draw around that with a pencil.
Let's get sanding.
Let's go for it. So we need our PPE, we want our goggles on, dust masks, all of that stuff. We need to stay safe. Sometimes it can be easier to have it down on the bench and remove any pencil marks, because it's got nowhere to go then. You kind of, any pressure that you put on is put straight onto the project through the paper.
And then on to the next step.
Yeah, so we're going to do a bit of drilling next.
Okay, so we've set this up in the clamp, or in the vise, in the clamp in the vise. These are these store-bought ones. They have a really nice sort of layout. They've got the holes to put the tracks in. So we've just placed that over the top of my deck that we've made. And we just got to drill the holes now, don't we?
That's it. So what we're saying, not too much pressure downwards. We don't want too much breakout. And just watch your finger under there. Yeah, that's it.
first one done. Then we do a little bit of sanding.
So sometimes the drill will break out the bottom of the deck. A little bit of sanding to help that thing. But you see the way Gabriel didn't put too much downwards pressure on. And that allows the drill bit time to cut through instead of punching through with too much weight. So he's done a great job of that. Now we need to attach the trucks. And again, if you've got a shop bought one, it's nice just to check which way things are aligned. And on these trucks, you'll notice this bar is kind of facing outwards and there's a little bolt and they should be kind of facing each other in the middle. So we've got the trucks in line there. These little bits are really fiddly. So I'm going to leave that to you, Gabriel, to screw those in.
Well, I'll do the top ones first. I'm going to just poke them through all the holes. Oh, one at a time in.
Yeah.
Barely visible.
They should just pick up on the timber as well, because we've only used a very thin drill bit. That thread on the bolt is kind of picking up on that. That's it, we've got them chucks the right way. So really easy little project, that one. I think anyone, as long as you've got your little skateboards at home, anyone could have a go at this.
I'm not going to try and do anything. I can't do a thing.
Going to try some tricks. No, I'm no good either. We hope you've enjoyed making this with us. If you like this video, share it with your friends, hit the like and subscribe for more great videos like this.
And of course, thank you for watching. Hope you have a great time trying out making these. And of course, see you soon.